and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2006 Fighting Robots UK Heavyweight Championships, hosted by Roaming Robots. We are at the business end of the championships now, with the 12 heat winners all preparing to do battle tonight. The winners gaining a place in our final episode, which will show the quarterfinals to the grand final. So let's see who's competing in round one of the finals. So our 12 heat winners have been divided into 6 one-on-one battles. Tonight they will fight it out for a place in the second round of the finals. Some big fights to come, like Big Nipper against Scorpion and Behemoth against Ripper. But first up, it's the 2004 UK champions Terahertz against the Robot Wars World Champions Storm 2. Before we get off and underway with this first fight, let's remind ourselves of the teams behind these mechanical terrors.
Hi, we're Team Hertz. This is Terahertz. He's Nick.
He's John. Hi, I'm Ed. This is Tim, and this is our robot, Storm 2.
So we could see there in the build-up that Storm 2 have fitted a sort of top panel to deflect those Terahertz axe blows, but they're still going to come raining down on top of the third Robot Wars World Champion. Can Storm 2 withstand those blows and push the former UK champion into the pit? That's the tactic they're going to be going for in this, the first round of the finals. But right now I'd say it's Terahertz on top, using that axe to rain down hits as Storm 2 goes for the pit button, but that top panel is getting bent and buckled. And surely Terahertz are in the ascendancy here. If they're not going to score a knockout, they'll surely win on points. As these two machines lock together, we've got that secondary camera down the bottom left of your screen to really get in and close and personal as Storm 2 rams Terahertz into the arena wall. Now both machines, there's a bit of an action replay for you as both machines reset themselves as Storm 2 pushes Terahertz towards that pit. That's the only chance they've got in this fight, you'd feel. The fight just taking a little bit of a slow ebb and flow right now as Storm 2 tries to get in underneath that polycarbonate axe bot, pushing them slowly towards the corner here. Pushing them so hard you could see the smoke coming off the wheels. Terahertz now coming back at Storm 2. Is it me or is Terahertz just going a little bit more slowly now in its drive? Storm 2 pushing Terahertz towards the pit. That was so close. Good recovery there from Terahertz, who's still firing that axe like a metronome. Scoring lots of points for damage and aggression. Storm 2, do they have slightly more control here as they push Terahertz against the arena wall? Terahertz a little bit afraid of arena walls. Got defeated in the 2005 final by the arena wall, and I think it's happened again. Terahertz stuck on the arena wall. They can't get out, and yeah, they're being counted out. Terahertz on top this entire fight. And now, all of a sudden, they are stuck against the arena wall. It's happened again for poor old Terahertz, who were on top of that fight the entire time. Look at these axe blows raining down. There's that mini camera in the corner. It's a little bit blurry, but we could see the damage, the sparks flying. But that Terahertz defensive panel on top of Storm 2, it did the job. It really did. Storm 2, tenacious. And that tenacity causing all kinds of trouble for Terahertz, who just could not knock them out. That's a huge slam. That one, you could see the panel bending and buckling. Oh. But Storm 2 never died. They never said never. That strength is what won them the World Championship back in 2003. Got them to the final of series of 7 of Robot Wars. That doubled up as the 2003 UK Championships. And I thought Terahertz was getting a little bit slower here, as Storm 2 seemed to be pacing the fight slightly better. Terahertz certainly slower with the drive wheels. The axe, though, still just as quick. But the longer the fight went on, there was a great push there from Storm 2, almost getting Terahertz in the pit. It was an absolutely blockbuster fight, and this is the slam, pushed into the arena corner. Now remember back to 2005, if you've not seen the video, it's on my channel, go and click it. But you'll know that Chronic defeated Terahertz in exactly this way, getting Terahertz pinned against the arena wall. It's the only way to stop them, it would seem. And Terahertz go out. So a blockbuster first fight sees Terahertz, the 2004 champion and the 2005 runner-up, fall to Storm 2. Next up it's wildcard Turbulence against the Dutch Tough as Nails. Let's meet the teams.
Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Ed.
We're here to flip everyone out the arena and hopefully go all the way.
Hi, we are Tough as Nails, and we came over all the way from the Netherlands. And I'm Jeroen, this is Rebecca from the UK, and my teammate Stefan, also from the Netherlands. We're going to try to win the championship. May the best robot win.
So for those who forgot, Turbulence's heat run involved them knocking out the defending champion Chronic in about 5 seconds. So this flipper really knows what it's doing, but right now it's being gripped and grappled by the Tough as Nails Dutch machine, who will hope to put them into the pit of oblivion. Turbulence have escaped right now though, and now both machines, Tough as Nails going for the pit, but Turbulence in underneath, flipping Tough as Nails against the arena wall and over and out. What a fantastic flip from the champion killer, the Dark Horse, Turbulence. So let's have a look at the highlights of this fight. Missed that initial flip. They could have had a incredibly quick KO like in the heats, but then Tough as Nails got to grips with them, and Turbulence looked like they were in a little bit of trouble. Tough as Nails couldn't turn this grip into a sustained push into the pits, however, and Turbulence came back strong, flipping Tough as Nails against the arena wall and then toppling them over and out. Turbulence go through to the next round. Look at that little bit of slow-mo, and we'll do it in super slow-mo. And over go Tough as Nails. Turbulence hasn't been phased by any robot that's been thrown at it so far. They go through to the next round in blockbuster style. Up next, it's Merlin against the Dutch vertical spinner of Pulverizer. Let's once again meet the teams taking part in this one.
Hello, we are Team Pulverizer from the Netherlands. We've got a vertical spinning disc.
So Pulverizer's been taking chunks out of their competitors, and Merlin have been throwing them around. So it's that classic flipper versus spinner battle. And right now Pulverizer already starting to take a couple of little nicks out of the front flipper of Merlin. Has that caused any damage there? That flipper flick, Pulverizer being thrown around. Can they recover? It's no use, that vertical spinner, if they're flying out of the arena. as Merlin sort of joshes and harries them towards the arena wall. Obviously, Pulverizer will want to avoid that. Escapes. Comes back on the attack. Pulverizer, very interesting design, that sort of cylindrical shape, helping it bounce around, but right now it's being held in the corner by Merlin, who is not letting them out here, not letting them get an inch, not letting them get that disc up to speed, and they've almost gone out the arena, off of the top bar of the arena sidewall, and Pulverizer can escape. And quickly, he's going to turn that spinner around and come in on the attack. Take some lumps out of Merlin. It's not managed to do so far. As the crowd watches on with their cameras, taking their pictures, you can see, in what has been a fantastic championship so far. Right now we're looking to see who goes through to the next round of the finals as Pulverizer goes bouncing. I think Merlin's on top here personally. I think they're doing a great job of negating that vertical spinner, holding Pulverizer against the arena wall now. Can Pulverizer escape? No, they cannot currently. They're being put into the corners. Nobody puts Pulverizer in the corner, says their team captain, who drives them into the centre of the arena. They can't get that spinning disc facing, however, as they're thrown again, and it's almost out the arena again for the Dutch machine. Champions of the Netherlands only a couple of years ago. Merlin, fairly untested, fairly unproven. Been in many a live event though, and is not one to discount in this championship fight, especially right now as it's definitely winning this fight. But don't count your chickens, everybody. Terahertz was on top against Storm 2 earlier on tonight, and they lost. Never count Pulverizer out with that deadly spinner, although right now it's looking a little bit worse for wear. A little bit poorly as Merlin goes for the pit release button, and you can hear that siren in the background. That means the pit is opening, and Pulverizer was on that pit, and they've managed to escape. Only just though. Bits of the arena floor go flying there. It's only made of wood. Chunks of it going flying. Pulverizer's looking in a really bad way. Merlin surely have just got to push them towards that hole in the arena floor. Pulverizer escapes again, and Merlin's looking sluggish. Merlin, now suddenly this fight is twisted on a dime, and Merlin are the ones who look like they're in trouble now. Well, I don't think there was a knockout. I think that's gone to the judges. What an intriguing matchup. I think Merlin have the upper hand there for the majority of it. Let's look at some of the highlights. Pulverizer flipped into the arena wall there. Merlin in the corner here. Fantastic control from Merlin. I honestly think they were all over Pulverizer here. This judge's decision can only go one way. In my mind, God, look at the chunks flying off the arena floor there. Just look at this highlight reel, and it's just all Merlin. Almost put them in the pit. We missed that bit, but Pulverizer escaped. And then, this is the question for me, and this is the problem of not having the results spelt out. Were Merlin immobilised here? Did they conk out and break down? Or did it go to the judges? And if it did go to the judges, is this telling? Is this considered Pulverizer getting the damage points to almost knock out Merlin? They were moving very slowly. This bit will be crucial. Was this a knockout? Let's look at the result here. And it's gone to Pulverizer, so I reckon it might have been a knockout. Because if that was a judge's decision, I think Merlin had gone through. So next up is Big Nipper against Scorpion.
Hi, I'm John. This is Jeff, captain of Team Scorpion. We're here today to enter into the wars. Hopefully we're going to do well.
3, 2, 1.
So Scorpion came from that heat with only one robot and already smashing our camera. You'll have to pay for that, Scorpion. Scorpion took on Tilly U2 in that heat. It only had 2 robots in it, but they looked deadly with that spinner, the number 12 seed, based on that seeding because of this deadly blade as they hit into Big Nipper here, who you can see has had to put on a defensive wedge compared to its claws just to defend itself against this horrific blade of Scorpion, who slams into the arena wall. And both machines, Big Nipper looks punch drunk, and Scorpion is also just moving around and not really coming to blows here. Now what is going on here? Well, let's look at the fight. There wasn't a lot of it. Early attack here. You can hear that disc getting up to speed. Oh, it's horrifying, that death hum. Into the arena floor, causing shards to be taken out. Then they came to blows here. That was a huge slam. And another one there. Ho, ho, ho. And then a weird bit of dancing here. And you can see, actually, in the driver's pods in the background, there seems to be some kind of discussion. What has happened here? They seem to be stopping the fight. You can see an official stopping the fight. So, this fight was a huge fight in sort of the history of robot combat. And I just wanted to sort of come aside and say a little bit about it. So, you saw that fight ended with both robots sort of mobile, and the 5 minutes hadn't elapsed in the championship battle. But what had happened actually, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure this happened. Scorpion's tooth went up through the roof of the arena and landed in the field, and seriously compromised the box. And it's basically the biggest major breach in UK robot combat history, and it's the reason that from this event onwards we don't see any spinners in UK robot combat until Extreme Robots in 2017 finally get their spinner arena up and running. And now obviously spinners compete at the Extreme Robot shows. So this is the last time that we see spinners on the live circuit until then, and the last time we see spinners until Robot Wars returns in 2016. And that's the reason why, because the arena, they said it could contain spinners. It couldn't contain that piece of debris from Scorpion. Not anybody's fault. Just went through the roof, just through a weak point. And from then on, spinners are banned. So that's sort of why wedge flippers sort of become a dominant force in the UK combat robotics. But this is that incident, and that is a bit of history. And I thought we just sort of had to sort of come aside and explain, what happened and why going forward you're not going to see any spinners anymore. Apart from at this event. So yeah, bit of robot combat history for you. Let's crack on with the final 2 battles of this round. So with that little bit of context, I think we can all understand why Scorpion do not go through from this fight. Big Nipper getting the place in the next round. On with the show, it's Mighty Mouse against Beast next up.
Hi, I'm John. This is John.
We're Team Beast, and this is the 8645T, otherwise known as Beast.
3, 1,
So, David versus Goliath, the little Mighty Mouse against the Beast. Don't count Mighty Mouse out though, they did progress from their group, from their heat, although right now they've just been sent skittering and scattering across the arena. Beast, that new low design, sleek black machine that debuted last year, sent robots flying out the arena, and they're probably going to do the same to Mighty Mouse right now as they're on top of this fight, I'd say. So far, well, we have seen fights turn around in the blink of an eye so far in this first knockout round as Mighty Mouse confidently hits the pit button, and you can hear it descending in the background. Their hope will be to push Beast into the mouse hole, though right now they don't seem to be getting any purchase on this sleek black machine. Beast trying to maneuver. Are they stuck, Beast? Are Beast stuck? Are they going to be counted out? They might have just been stuck on a bit of floor, and the firing of the flipper helped move them there. Mighty Mouse dancing around. It's one of the tactics we've seen it employ in numerous UK championships on the live scenes, as well as in Robot Wars. That peekaboo strategy, peekaboo, and then drives away, scores them damage points. It's all this little tiny robot can do as it's sent doing a barrel roll there. How many points does that get in gymnastics? Now they've managed to wedge themselves under the flipper. Little Mighty Mouse, the robot that could, currently doing a fantastic job. Beast needs to get a move on here. Not doing fantastically well. There we go, another flip, another little roll over. Beast just hunting down Mighty Mouse. Keep getting that wedge stuck on the arena floor as they flip Mighty Mouse again, and this time are Mighty Mouse stuck. They've got that rollover design with the ears to help themselves right, means that they always land on their feet, but I think this time they've been wedged perfectly on their side, and Beast, I think they made a little bit of a meal of it, but they are gonna pick up the win here. Here is the countdown to knockout. Beast have got, Mighty Mouse has got 5 seconds to right itself. It's not going to do so. Cease! Mighty Mouse are out of the competition. They put up a really good fight, Mighty Mouse. I don't think anybody expected them to get as far as they did. Heat winner into the first knockout round, the quarterfinal stage. They came up against Beast, a fantastic machine. And as you can see, they don't really have any offensive weaponry, Mighty Mouse, and it really showed. They went for the pit, good tactics there, that was fantastic. 10 out of 10 on my scorecard. You see that rollover bar design, it was getting more and more bent actually as the fight sort of progressed, and that'll be why ultimately, when they got sent flipping over this time, they ended up stuck on their side, and sadly, out of the competition. The 4th seed's Beast there, making a little bit of a meal of it, but eventually they did get past the Mighty Mouse. Next up, a blockbuster fight to end this episode and this round, Behemoth against Ripper.
Hi, I'm Kane.
I'm Anthony.
And this is Behemoth, back for the 2006 championships. We're well known and mean.
I'm Jono, this is the robot Ripper. Should change the name to Ripper Not Finished because it's probably not finished. We're hoping to do well, but we'll have to see how it does in the arena.
Well, when the draw was made, I found myself really looking forward to this fight. The big scoop bucket of Behemoth against the big flipper of Ripper, who's rolled Behemoth over and out of the arena. Wow, I thought it was going to be a slugfest, and it was over in 2 flips. Behemoth with the initial flip didn't get under them how they wanted to. They spun round, the sparks fly off the scoops as they made contact. Behemoth sent head over heels, and then Ripper followed it up by chucking the machine from Hemel Hempstead out of the arena. Have that. Talk about blink and you'll miss it. Ripper chucking Behemoth out the arena in about 10 seconds flat. They make up the final place in the next round of the finals, and that is all we have time for in this episode. We have our 6 finalists for our final episode. They are Storm 2, Turbulence, Pulverizer, Big Nipper, Beast and Ripper. You'll see all of the final rounds from the first fights to the losers melee to the semi-finals to the grand final next time. I can't wait for you to show it to you. There are many twists and many turns. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.